Now we are deep in the Los Padres Mountain in Santa Paula near Ojai, and we have a very special hike to show you today. We're going to revisit the Punch Bowls, look at the waterslide, and this time take you beyond. Even for a seasoned hiker, it takes a lot of planning, equipment, know-how, and timing. All has got to come together for this to work. So we're taking the last chance trail to avoid all the bouldering of Santa Paula First Falls. I'm just going to give you a few pointers before we get to the canyon that leads to the waterslide. 1, the views are breathtaking. 2, you're going to pass a camp, and as you pass that camp, Heidi is showing you here you can go down to First Falls, or you can make a right, continue on, and you'll see a creek down there. We passed the creek and we went over First Falls and followed the All Trails app all the way to the canyon. And the views of the creek are amazing. We made a video just about First Falls, swimming in the Punch Bowls, and even the waterslide. Check it out. Once you pass these spectacular Punch Bowls, it's just all creek, boulders, and clear crystal water. Be prepared, this is a difficult hike, and if you have any suggestions for long, hard hikes, let us know in the comments. Bring a filter rather than lots of water, lightest amount of equipment, and be prepared to swim to get to the waterslide and above. Now, it's imperative that you bring rope. We needed it twice, right here at the entrance of the canyon, where Brian and I held the rope for Heidi to climb up through that canyon pass, and again to tie to the short rope at the waterslide. We wouldn't have been able to make it without rope. I slowed the speed down here so you could get a good look at the entrance, and you're going to enter from the left side. I'm going to sidetrack from the canyon adventure for a moment and take you up and over the canyon. Now Heidi's walking on a 50-year-old trail called Last Chance Trail, and supposedly you can go up and over the canyon when it's full of water. Well, we found out very shortly that it was overgrown, possible ticks, and of course rattlesnakes. Not the safest place to be hiking. So we decided, once we looked at these beautiful views of a distant waterfall, to turn around and come back to the canyon. Oh my goodness. Notice Brian and Heidi to the left by the tree. We hugged that rock in the center, went around it. You'll see it here on the left. We had a rope at each end. We held Heidi as she held the rope. Brian at the bottom, me at the top. We climbed over this mass of rocks to get into the canyon, and you'll see me here in a minute jumping into a beautiful pool. So this is a gorgeous part of the canyon. It's about 10 feet deep here. Just stay away from the edges and you'll be fine. After being refreshed, we turned around and headed deeper into the canyon all the way to the waterslide. Enjoy the views. The very last 100 steps to the pool of the waterside are absolutely epic. And the color of the water is just so beautiful. It's hard to believe it gets that green. Before we decided to climb up that waterfall and come up with a strategy, I want to show you underneath, and I love getting in the water. So take a look at what's underneath. Brian knew he had to get in that water, so we blew up the floaty and he had a good time. There's Brian. He has big heavy boots on, so he's got his floaty. Shortly after, I got down on the rocks to see how slippery they were and if I could get Heidi across without swimming. So we were successful to kind of crawl across those rocks very gently and safely. But the bottom of that slide, as you see, is full of algae. So I literally was like a seal, just kind of hopping up a little at a time. We connected 2 ropes. You'll see Brian here dragging those ropes up so we have a little support. You will not believe what we saw at the top. Feast your eyes on this. This is major bouldering, guys. Going through the creek's insane. Late in the afternoon, about 2:33, and it took us 6.5 hours to get here. At one point, one of us said, hey, it took us 6.5 hours. We're not going to get back by daylight. We're going to be in the dark. So shortly after this, we decided, hey, let's play it safe. Let's come back and let's shoot a second film come about 6:30 in the morning, bring everything we need, lighten our backpacks, and go for round 2. Ooh. Maybe. The views were amazing and we kept pushing ourselves to go further, but exhaustion was really kicking in here. Our spirit of adventure was still there to explore deeper, but we just were out of energy. It's hard to see here, but the creek is on an incline and there's nothing but boulders, and even the flat rock is steep and leaning. It's very hard to get around in here, very daunting. Yeah, that way is actually easier. So coming to grips with our defeat, we headed back, and I'm going to tell you, our legs were beat. Well, we're going on 11 hours of hiking. And this looks so beautiful. I can't wait to get home. This butterfly has found a friend in Heidi. There's Brian. He has big heavy boots on, so he's got his floaty. I think it was smart because your shoes are heavy. Thank you for watching, and until your next adventure, explore nature with us, one bite at a time.